Hey guys, welcome to another recording of DWNS Radio. I'm Headphone Guru once again, here to, talk, I guess, about whatever subjects come to mind and whatever comes up, really. I did make one the last few weeks because I've been in a rather lower than happier mood due to some more personal events happening in my life, and a combination of laziness and simple intolerance for whatever is going on. But now I'm in a happy mood. I can sit, record, rant, whatever, and be completely fine with everything. So I can happily sit here and just record, I guess. That's the best way I could put it. So today's topic, I really don't know because I don't have my board up of topics everywhere. And as last time a friend of mine was joking about saying, because he watched the recording, that this was more so this time when I recorded, it sounded like I was making hard ironing my brony argument when it wasn't the intent for me to do that. But oh well, what happened happened, and it's not my hard ironing of the brony argument, but it's just me just talking about whatever I want to talk about. But in this case, let's talk about music currently, because this is something that we had in my guitar class. We had a little talk about, because simply put, it's some stupid things that we've gone to see. What happened was we were talking about how this person was a fan of classical music, and another kid pretty much said classical music is trash, classical music is boring, and you can't play anything if you play nothing but classical music. So another person pops up, says there's classical music kind of made the basis for a lot of music nowadays. Even pianists in more common rock songs and even electronic songs do have their roots deeply into classical music. And I'm one of those people who is an electronic fan more than a rock and roll fan, but I digress. The thing was that annoyed me was the fact of how this person was determined and believed that classical music was terrible and all this stuff was bad. Now, when I talk about this, there is a little bit of difficulty with talking about this, because when you're talking about musical taste, it's difficult to really say, to deter someone's opinion, because once it's somebody's choice, you can't really change someone's taste of music. That's just kind of impossible. I know how I've begun my line of music liking went. It went from me liking pop as a kid, like 5, 10, around there. I really, 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 really like pop music. Then I get older and older, and I move on to other things. I went and listened to more rock and roll, alternative, and I learned who the Beatles were, and favorite musicians of all time was listed as that. And when I met one of my friends, MK, he got me into more classical rock, more classical art and rock musicians, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, etc., etc. From there, I progressed on over and farther, and then ironically, how I was listening to music, I was listening to Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire, and in the related videos was a song called Band Forever. Now, anybody who plays Osu knows what Band Forever is. It's one of the hardest songs on Osu. Well, hardest stream songs on Osu. And how it worked was, I really, really liked this song. It made me want to listen to more Renard. So what I did was I listened to Renard, then I listened to Blue Night, and I noticed he had other aliases, listened to Shark Tits, and that's how I started progressively get more into electronic music. And progressively, the longer I listened to electronic music, I ended up listening to other things that kind of combined electronic with rock. For example, Coldplay in a way. And recently, more in 10th grade, I began to listen to Crystal Castles, who are one of my favorite electronic musicians, because personally, they just have a great sound to me. I don't know why, they just sound so good to me. And I truthfully said I found them to be amazing and one of my favorite bands now. And I'm really excited for their new album coming out in November. So I pretty much just said, why just enjoy what I've got. And my musical tastes have changed. They've grown, not necessarily been focused. And that's the point here. I'm not saying that they've been one thing. It can stay as one thing. I'm saying it can grow. You shouldn't have a complete intolerance for one kind of music, because you do have to acknowledge the influence factor within it, at least. You don't have, like, for example, if you don't like Led Zeppelin, you don't have to say Led Zeppelin is gods, because Led Zeppelin to some people aren't gods. You have to admit, though, that they did do a lot to change music. They make a footprint into the musical industry, and there are a lot of artists. There aren't that many artists who are able to say that they did actually make a standpoint in music current day. So there has to be some acknowledgement to what they did, but you don't have to necessarily say they're amazing. So that's my point. And I guess we take another break, listen to another song. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, once again, welcome back to my magical not radio voice actually. I do know someone who has a radio voice, but right now I don't know where he is actually, to be honest. Oh well. Anyways, since we're on the subject of music, so to say, I'm gonna talk more about artists that I don't like and why I don't like current day music. And I'm going to start, the best way I could possibly put it, is I'm going to start with pop as a whole. Because there's two sections of this that I don't like. There's rap, and there's pop. Rap, I was going to be a little bit of a longer argument because I have some things to put on that. But pop is the one that I really want to talk about more. Now, I don't listen to pop anymore. I truthfully don't listen to pop anymore. There's no song current day that I like anymore, because most of them have gone to me become complete trash. And you have to really admit, so a lot of the pop than it used to be has gone downhill. Pop used to be really, really good, and it went down. And I know a friend of mine, when we were talking about this earlier, he believed that the way that it went was when Kurt Cobain died, that he killed pop with it, because he killed the 80s. They said that he killed the 80s, and when he killed himself, he killed pop music along with him, because pop had a sound, and everybody just tried to reenact Nirvana's sound. For example, Puddle of Mud, but that's another story for another time. But when I listen to pop now, it doesn't sound as lyrically good as pop used to sound. It just sounds rather nonsensical and stupid. There's no real time that I've listened to a pop song and actually really liked it. There are like two songs, actually one song that I can say that I've liked a lot, which is Somebody I Used to Know by Gautier, I think it's pronounced how it's pronounced, but anyways, that's another story. And that song I liked. I thought it was a good song. I didn't think it was some trashy song that people just like to listen to for some unknown reason, because it's a good song. It's lyrically written well. It has a really nice meaning. I mean, I like how it first starts off as sounding like this girl broke his heart, and it's more so this guy was a crappy boyfriend and he screwed up the relationship, and it has a nice little mixture. It isn't trying to be too kind about what its meaning is, and it writes really well about how it is. I'm not saying I listen to pop as much as I used to, because I truthfully don't. I mean, most of the time I listen to music off the internet, so my Spotify account has most of the music that I currently listen to, and most of the other artists that I like listening to are on the internet, so I have their YouTube channel subscribed to, so I get a Pogo song whatever once in a while. When BSHTW uploads a video about Pogo's playing, I listen to that. Whenever Pogo releases a new album, I know it, all that junk. So I kind of do listen to that. Same applies for the Renard and Lapfox tracks. But I don't think that there is no good pop. There is. It's just that people are really trying to force the bad one upon us. There needs to be some way where they can, make pop good. That's the best way I could put it, because just pop nowadays, it just sounds like the same garbling mess over and over again. And don't even get me started on the trash that you refer to as One Direction. Please don't. Because One Direction, I'm just saying, has progressively gotten onto my bad side. Because I'm okay with pop being bad. I'm okay with that. But once you start I can understand referencing the Beatles, because there's one thing that is constantly referenced, and that's that Abbey Road walking down the street, the walking down the crosswalk. Everybody knows that. It's kind of just common knowledge. But once you start taking but nobody really parodies the Ramones' seal of approval. Nobody at all. So when you do that, you're obviously trying to make yourself good with classic fans of rock by using that artist, when truthfully that is not the way that you get someone's attention. If you really want to get someone's attention, you have to actually have a point. You have to actually try to make a stand in music. For example, you can't, as one of my friends said, he was making fun of the fact that moves like Jagger. How does Mick Jagger move? So he was sitting there making a joke about it, saying, I've got moves like Joy Division. And, I mean, the same logic applies. Because Mike Jagger's a big musician, I'm going to reference that big musician by saying I've got moves like Joy Division. It's a stupid idea, but to them it works. So that's my opinion on that, really. So I'm going to start up another song. All these songs that I'm picking are, I don't know how they're going to link together. Really, it's just going to be what songs I'm listening to, what I'm enjoying right now. So let's keep on rolling. And welcome back once more for another part of this little recording session, I guess. Now, as I said in the other part, I was going to talk about rap. That was my determination, to talk about rap and how I feel towards it. Now, when I talk about rap, I want to make this abundantly clear. I don't completely hate rap, because that's not true. Because there is one rap artist that I don't mind. One I can truthfully say with actually two that I can say with a straight face that I can say that I don't mind, because they truthfully are really, really good. And those artists are Drake and Hobson. Hobson, just listen to the ill mind of Hobson at any time. Anyone, any of them. Perfect. Perfect example. And Drake, how I don't mind Drake is because he actually got his work not making songs meaning the same thing over and over again. He actually did try to make a difference with each of his songs, and most of the time he does do a good job at it. And there are two songs that I do really enjoy by him called Forever and Fancy. Those are two songs that I really like by him. And that's about it. I'm not saying I love them to death, but they're not bad. Now, the rest of the artists really annoy me. And there's two really big ones that I'm pretty sure everybody will pretty much agree with me on. And that is Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne. Now, before you say anything, I have listened to the Carter 4, the Carter 3, and I have listened to Nicki Minaj's new album. I want to say it's called Pink Sunday, but I might be wrong. And truthfully, I don't want to remember the name of that album. The albums, when I listened to them, I did not find any of them good. Nothing redeeming about them. They were just boring, stupid, run-of-the-mill, stupid mess. And it's not because I listen to electronic, or I listen to songs that aren't usually lyrically based, because there are songs I listen to that are lyrically based. For example, one of my favorite bands of all time is Lush, and Lush is a really good lyrically based band. The Beatles are one of my favorite bands, and they are amazing when it comes to lyrics. Anybody can say that the lyrics in a Beatles song are good. And Pink Floyd, Crystal Castles, well, I can't really say Crystal Castles because they have a lot of nonsensical lyric songs, but, oh well. But I'm saying that they don't have anything that redeems me. There's nothing that hits me. There's nothing that truthfully makes me want to go, hey, I should listen to this album because it's amazing. No, none of the singles were good. None of the songs were good. I found them really annoying. In fact, I truthfully don't plan on ever listening to those artists again because I don't think that there's any real redeeming part of them. There are some artists who are pretty okay and aren't trying to force what they sound like too badly. For example, Kanye West, until current day, was a really good rap artist, and that's a real. Eminem is also a good rap artist, but progressively he has gone downhill. Relapse wasn't as good as these other albums, but I don't think he really was trying to make Relapse one of his best albums ever, because I think Curtain Call pretty much was like the truth that it is his last one of that sound. But you can't really say that there is nothing such thing as good rap, because any rap from freaking when rap was funk was freaking amazing. Everybody has to agree with that, because I can't say that there is no more good rap, because there truthfully is. It's just hard to find. And currently, I don't think anybody's willing to look for it. And I'm not one of those people who's willing to look for it. Unless I truthfully can find a rap artist who will sucker punch me in the face and say, hey, I'm goddamn amazing and I should totally listen to me because you are insane for not listening to me, then I don't think that there will be ever a time that that'll happen. Now, one of the things that I want to point out is that rap was good. Rap in the 90s was good. Rap in the 80s was childish. Rap in the 70s was pretty okay. But rap in the 70s sounded more like funk, if you ask me. Now, I'm black, and people believe that since I'm black, I should automatically like rap. But that's not necessarily the truth. There are rap songs that are crappy, and there are rap songs that are good. Right now, there's no such thing as a good rap song to me. And released in 2012, any current song released within 2012 by a rap artist I have not found good, besides Illmatic Thompson. So, there's my point. This is my last part, so I guess we're going to end this off on some high note. I don't know what song I'm going to pick, but I hope you guys enjoy it.